Keep it going.
Oh,
All right. So today's lesson is called Destined Uproars. All right. So I want to start first, and then after, brothers and sisters got any questions after, we can deal with the questions. It won't be a long class, but just want to go with a quick history about Ishmael and Amalek, right? And the reason why I call this Destined Uproar for the lesson, because it's like predestination, is already predetermined by the Lord. And what I mean by that, the uproars is number one, the heathens are getting mad. They're getting pissed off. They're raging, right? Because the world is in chaos. Esau is ruling, right? Which we already know he's the wicked. So when he rules, everyone is going to suffer, right? And there's riots all over the earth. But also the uproar is part of the word up and roar, like up, what we say like rise or quam, and roar, like a lion that's roaring, right? And the lion that's roaring is speaking about Israel waking up, right, to who we are. So it's a double fold title, Destined Uproars. For one side of the heathens, waking up to who they are, uproars, riots, fed up. And then on the other side is pertaining to Israel, waking up, all right? And we're fed up with society, with things that's going on, and we're coming back to who we are, right? So both sides is pissed off, and there's a reason for that. Khan?
God.
But it's the Lord's doing. The Lord is setting all of this up. All right, so let me just share it also.
You said Destined Uproar?
Yeah, it's called Destined Uproar. Or Destined Uproars. Destined Uproars.
Good. Now I'm just writing this down. All right.
All right. So let's get Second Esdras, chapter 9, and let's go to verse 1. Let's start with Second Esdras, chapter 9 and verse 1. And while you're holding that, let me show y'all the videos. Let me show y'all the videos first, just to show y'all what's going on. All right. Let's start with... In fact, let's start from the beginning. Let's start with the 1,000 rally in D.C. Let's start with this first. So this one right here, this is going to be a good one. Let me share the screen. Let's play a game. Let me share the screen, because if you know what I mean. Okay, let's get it. So we're going to start with some of these videos speaking about the uproars that's happening, the rallies that's happening all throughout the world. So this one is called Thousands Rally in D.C. in support of Palestinian and ceasefire. All right. So we just share the video like this. Thousands Rally in D.C. Look at the numbers. This is all in D.C.
Palestinian youth movement. And he is a member of the Palestinian
All right, that's all in D.C., Washington, D.C. Now from there, let me show you the other video.
I wish for the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro. Sean.
This one is called Thousands Call for
Switch
Ceasefire
to
at
Verizon. You can trade in any iPhone. You get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
It's your last chance to trade in any iPhone for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us, only on Verizon.
Commercial. All right, here we go.
Just how many people, Karen, massive numbers coming from that protest. We're hearing over 100,000 people there, and the group of Chicagoans joining those people in D.C. today. They tell us it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience to see just how many people are uniting together. All of those demonstrators with one message, demanding a ceasefire in Gaza.
There's absolutely no reason for the carnage that is happening in Gaza. It shouldn't be happening at all. And ceasefire should be the first word out of every single politician's mouth.
Jamila Shillo is a Palestinian American from Chicago with family living in Gaza right now. She joined a group of Chicagoans in traveling to D.C. to send a message to Congress asking the U.S. to stop sending federal funding to Israel.
We just live in a completely different political climate. We don't just believe our politicians anymore because they've broken our trust so often.
According to the Hamas-run...
You hear what she said? She said they don't believe in their politicians no more because they have broken their trust. in their promises. Right? That's the people. They don't have faith in their government no more. Right?
Health ministry, more than 9,400 people have died in Gaza. Earlier today, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken met with Arab foreign ministers and a Palestinian liberation organization in Jordan. The prime objective of the talks was to ease the growing humanitarian crisis in Gaza.
Each day, more than 100 trucks are moving to Rafah, up from 0 just a little over a week ago. But that is not nearly enough.
Protesters in D.C. say they'll keep pressuring elected officials and are optimistic with the diversity of people standing with them.
What I saw was that there are other people who believe in this cause, and there's other people who want justice, and they understand that peace without justice is simply silence.
All right, let's get 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. Let's get that.
This is book of 2 Ezra chapter 9. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right. So the Lord is speaking about specific signs that he had warned people all throughout the scriptures, throughout the Bible, prophecy, like in Matthew chapter 24, right? So some of the signs, he said, when you see these things happen, then you will know that sooner than ever, that the highest is going to visit the world that he made. The highest is speaking about Yahweh, who's above him is the Most High, right? Yahweh. But the one that made the world was Yahweh through the Most High. Huh? So now, this world that he created, read on.
Verse 3, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
Now, hold this right there, right? It says, when there shall be seen earthquakes, right? Let me just show you one article about earthquakes. Earthquakes. Let's see. November 13th, 1:43 a.m., 82 miles from Papua, a 6.1 earthquake, right? 5.9 earthquake, November 14th. Indonesia. Earthquake is in Zealand. Earthquake is in Guinea, right? Earthquake in Japan, 5.8. Right? Iceland warns of significant likelihood of volcanic eruption, which also ties into what? An earthquake. Right? Iceland earthquake swarm, what we know about it. Right? Likelihood of volcanic eruption in Iceland remains high after, so on and so forth. Look, earthquake swarms rattles Iceland as possible volcanic eruption looms. Now, there's one more article. Let me see. I think it was 19 earthquakes. You had an earthquake in Jamaica. You had an earthquake in Mexico as well. Let me look up the one in Jamaica. Earthquake in Jamaica. Or Jamaica, right? An earthquake of 5.4 meters at a depth of 10 kilometers occurred in Portland Parish area, northeast Jamaica on 30 October, which is the day before Halloween. Right? So there's so many signs of earthquakes nonstop. But don't worry about the earthquakes. Not worry about it. But the key point in this verse is the uproars of the people. God? Right. So people throughout the earth is fed up. Right? So we had one with the marching. Let's get another one. Israel march organizers to Palestinian protesters.
Listen, you're a great guy,
Let's get this one right
you're
here.
not big. There can't be a more human.
All right, here we go.
To attend rally. And bringing one of the March for Israel organizers, William Daroff, is with us now. And sir, thank you for your time. Good morning to you. I want to give you a chance to explain what this is all about, but I want to read this comment from Instagram, Palestinian Youth Movement. That's their handle on IG. So they write, "We urge individuals not to attend their rally in any capacity. Do not fall into their trap to paint this as two sides. Do not allow them to use you to inflate their numbers for their pitiful rally." I don't know if you choose to comment on that. We hope it all goes peaceful today. But what do you want to say, sir? Go.
First, I'd say a happy birthday, Bill. Secondly, I'd say that this may be one of the only times that I agree with the Palestinian Youth Movement. They should stay home and stay away from our event. We expect there to be tens of thousands of people coming from all over America. Jews, and as Dana just said, non-Jews alike, who are coming from every corner. We have 1,600 buses alone that are coming into Washington, as well as...
So now what they're talking about, the previous video I showed was the uproars and the marching of the Palestinian crowds into D.C. Now, today, what happened was more than 300,000 of Amalekites, right, came together and marched in D.C. to protest and to also back up Israel, right? So there's a war between the two marchers or the protesters, the two crowds. One which is of Ishmael, the Palestinians, and then there's one of Amalek.
Right. Shalaki King.
Go ahead, King.
That would be one hell of a unity camp.
God. God. Hell yeah, boy. So now, let me show you this one right here. DC March today. Here we go. March for Israel rally, live cam. Thousands march for Israel in Washington, D.C. All right, so everybody marching.
People are gathered in Washington, D.C. for a rally in support of Israel. Organizers said they want to show solidarity with Israel and also to call attention to hostages being held by Hamas for more than a month now. The rally is organized by the Jewish Federations of North America. They say they expect 250,000 people to descend on the National Mall. Some Bay Area Jewish leaders are in D.C. for the rally. They say reports of vandalism and violence against the Jewish community are rising nationwide and here in the Bay Area.
They've been concerned about the 400% increase nationwide that we're reading about statistically, but that we're also feeling in the streets, in the schools, in our workplaces.
The surprise attack by Hamas on October 7th killed 1,400 Israelis and about 240 people were taken hostage. Since then, more than 10,000 Palestinians have been killed in Gaza as Israeli forces battle Hamas.
A group of... So, here we go right here, another one.
Oh, this is video, time-lapse video from the line at one of the security checkpoints at the National Mall. And this really gives you a sense of just how many people were there.
Well, 7 News has live.
Yeah, massive turnout. All right. So Ishmael gathered the people together to march, protesting. And then now Amalek is doing the same thing as well, to march and protest. But remember, the war that they're having is in the land, Israel. Right? Between Israel and the Palestinians, or the Israeli and the Palestinians. But what's funny, America is what they're using as a staging ground to where people could do whatever they want. Protests, there's no order in America. It's chaos. Right? We was doing camp and we was rebuking them 2 weeks ago when I was there in UK, and I was telling them, y'all so tough. Y'all want to call us scared punks and all of this stuff. If y'all so tough, why y'all don't go back to y'all land, or so-called land, and fight for your nation, fight for your people, right? Don't come near us and try to protest. Go back to your land and fight for your land. Khan? But they wouldn't do it.
Nah, they ain't gonna do that.
They ain't gonna do that, right? And they scared of bombs, and they scared. There was a firework that happened at the at that protest in UK, and they was all shook. And the brother that was teaching, we was all just like nonchalant, like it was nothing. And I'm like, see, y'all can't handle no bombs dropping on y'all. See, y'all cowards, y'all scared. You're not brave enough to fight and defend your country. Unlike the Ukrainians, who Vladimir Zelensky put out an order to all the young men and women and, people of age that can go to war, that they had to fight for their people. They had to fight for their country. But these Palestinians and even Amalek here in America, they're all cowards. right? So everybody try to run to America to get away from their country and their responsibilities, because this is Babylon. You could do whatever you want, right? So now let me show you the other video. So you have Amalek and Ishmael, right? Now, read verse 3 again.
Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
Right. Earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. So now, let's go to this video. And y'all seen the video where the brothers from W5 Chicago got attacked by the Palestinians? All right. So let's get Psalms chapter 2 and let's get verse 1. And let me show this video.
Been battling with these demons, yeah. Said the Lord, for these transgressions of Gaza, and for
look, this is the march. This was showed up. All right. And they've been marching through their camp spot for about a good 2 months now, trying to antagonize the brothers. All right.
Turn away the punishment thereof. No, the Lord's going to look the other way to Palestinians. I will not turn away the punishment thereof. The Lord forgot about the sub-Saharan slave trade. I will not turn away the punishment thereof. The Lord forgot about Moses.
So they're saying stop U.S. funding of Israel genocide. So this is Ishmael saying this, right? This is what they put on the banner. But I was telling them God does not forget, because you Ishmaelites, y'all committed genocide on God's chosen people as well too. Right? Part of the sub-Saharan slave trade, the Arab slave trade. Right?
Muhammad killing the Jews with the sword. I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
So now,
let
me show you.
The sinners of my people.
So now it's about to get crazy. All right, here we go.
The Lord say, is there a God?
Here we go. The crowd coming. Same crowd. Right? Now, if you look at the video, if you see these two, you see the Ishmaelites, the one with the mask on their face, the two of them, one that has black and one that has like kind of white. Right. These are the antagonizers. Right. So they've been antagonizing the brothers since last year because of an incident with the Quran. Now, the Quran belonged to one of the brothers within the W5 camp. But Ishmael, seeing the Quran on the floor, he started going crazy. You're not supposed to put the Quran on the floor. And he started touching the brother's property. Right? So long story short, it was because of that incident. So now they was looking for a way to get their get back a year later. So these type of brothers or these type of Ishmaelites, they're antagonizers. They was waiting for a time to try to come at them. Right? So now they're antagonizing. But one of them spit on the brother.
Keep on making like you blind. Over the nigga fine. Talk him on his belly like a snake. And watch how he swim. Put him on the floor like white t-shirts. I heat up his arm.
You see? The one on the far right with the all black that ran? All right. He's the one that spit on the brother. He ran, right? We showed up a week
running
before.
here. All these people running towards the brothers. And he the only one running away.
Right. He's the troublemaker. God.
Yeah, man.
Right. So a lot of people don't bring this up when they're showing these videos, and they just trying to portray the brothers as, you know, bad and all of this stuff. Israelites are wicked and evil and all of that. But they never talk about how did it start. Right. The brother kept trying to antagonize them, spitting on them. We showed up the week before, and it was right in front of the brother's face. As soon as we put out the car, then they seen us how big we are. And they got the hell up out of here. They talking about, we got to go. Right? So every week they've been trying to find a way to attack the brothers. Right? So watch this. And they feel all big and proud because they got the crowds with them, hundreds of thousands of Ishmaelites marching and all of this stuff. Right? Watch this.
G-Paw straight up off that breather, pick him like a needle. White man got you lost in all his theories, big bang like Vegeta. I still drink the milk that's in his word, boy, I'm still a teether. I go here a little, there a little, I act like a teacher. Like the days of Noah came to rain, with the truth of flood. Keep that steak up on that grill and more, cause me no eat no blood. You so shit, man.
You see, so the one that started the fight, he's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, he gone.
He's gone.
He ran all the way across the street.
Right. And the brothers are defending themselves while Ishmael got the flag poles and everything. Right.
By your man, your blood gon' be shed. He ain't believe the prophets when they spoke. Now that nigga dead. Recompenses on all of these nations, prices on their head. Feeling like I'm shooting laser tag for these infrareds. If we playing Gauntlet, I ask questions straight for what I read. If we playing Gauntlet, I ask you heard what I said. Repeat that Satan left that dead. Feeling like I'm shooting laser tag for these infrareds. If we playing Gauntlet, I ask questions straight for what I read. If we playing Gauntlet, I ask you heard what I said.
One of the brothers took Ishmael flag and bust him over the head with it.
Yeah. I see that.
Talk about a headbanger. Or the flag bearer. Right? But remember, they're attacking us. Right? We have a right to defend ourselves.
Okay.
Right? Even the American laws, it says that we got a right to defend ourselves. Like it says, hold your ground.
Let that Satan, let that text on red. Like a dog, my life at East, all friends is dead. Instead of being foes, my pray to Mookie's back. Trade the wine, Chrissy, Jake the broom before he finished things. We didn't keep together like we want. We got these whole
comes in like that. Y'all see the view?
Hey, when you talk, pause the video because we can't hear nothing you saying when you talking in the video going.
Or can't. So now they regroup, and as you see, all the protesters start to form as well too. Right? They start to come together. Right? So if you look at this thing, you can clearly see the brothers is outnumbered. Right? But did they run? Lie. Right? They stood strong, stood bold, came together as a team, as a unit, you know, and they fought against these heathens. And it was self-defense. All right. Now you see that's stuff that Ishmael is throwing. It's like almost like a
fireworks.
Yeah, they throwing them fireworks. Now, also in this incident, the brothers got attacked previous before this incident, they got attacked 2 weeks before this. And what happened was they was telling the police, you're not gonna do nothing about this. They literally outnumbering us and they attacking us and we're trying to defend ourselves. You're not gonna do nothing about this. Did you know the police said we can't do nothing about this? Why? Because Ishmael had the numbers. So the police was literally just there and was going to watch the brothers get jumped by Ishmael in the big-ass crowd. That's inside information people don't know about. So now they was even more mad. Because whether you like us or not, if you're an officer, right, you're supposed to do what? Serve and protect, right?
God.
And we got a right of what? Freedom of speech.
God.
Right? We didn't shoot nobody. We haven't lynched nobody. We don't attack people, but we'll defend ourselves. So if you can't even do
the property that y'all blaming on the property that y'all blaming that this all started from was our property.
Right. So now the police even said it themselves. They can't do nothing about it. So they was there willingly watching our brothers about to get jumped and destroyed by damn near 1,000 Ishmaelites. And that was 2 weeks before this incident happened. So every week, Ishmael kept trying to attack, antagonize. And it all became a buildup into this.
It came deeper and deeper.
Exactly.
Every week.
Right, and the police wasn't there to help or nothing. And then what happened? We'll deal with that too, but let's finish this video. And mind you, this is where? This is not in Palestine. This is in Chicago.
Right.
Right? This is in Chicago, right?
God.
Now, let me show y'all something about Chicago. This is in America. This is in Chicago. So, let's see.
A black man. I already know. I seen that.
Hold on. I know, but you can't blurt it out. Let people see. Right? So, whether y'all know it or not, the history of Chicago, the person that founded Chicago was John Baptiste Point du Sable, who's a black man. Right? Can y'all see the screen?
A Levite.
Con. So he founded Chicago. Right? But now if you look at the screen, they got all these Palestinian flags all in Chicago. Con. So Chicago belonged to us. Right? But now these heathens is coming in and overriding it. Right? See, they're doing stuff like
even a few. It's only a few of us, man. The Lord fighting for us, man. Strangers in it. And what? Strangers in it. And when they went from that.
Let's get Psalm chapter 2 in verse 1. So these brothers outnumbered, but they stood their ground, right? While the odds were against them, they didn't show no fear. They still fought back against the damn raging crowd of Ishmaelites, right? Let's get Psalm chapter 2 and verse 1.
This is the book of Psalms chapter 2. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?
Now hold that right there. Why is Ishmael? Why are the Palestinians mad? Now, from the surface level, you can look at it and see that they're angry because of the war that's happening in Gaza, with Gaza and the Israelis or Amalek. Huh? But that's the surface level, but it's deeper than that, right? The spiritual aspects, all of history is deeper than that, right? So let's get Psalm chapter 83. And let's get verse 2.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, and verse 2. Hey, where my pen go? Okay. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden one.
Right. So from there, it says your enemies make a tumult, and those that hate us, right? Amalek, Ishmael, Esau, there's a reason why they hate us. Let me show y'all something real quick. This one right here. Where is it? This right here. Can y'all see the picture? This is called, on the left is the Tower of Babel, and on the right is the European Parliament. Right? And look at it. It has all these flags of these different nations. Now, this building is located where? In France. Right? This building is located in France.
Both buildings? No, the Tower of Babel. That ain't
No,
different.
I'm talking about this building right here. The European Parliament is located in France.
They made it after the Tower of Babel.
Yeah, it's replicated after the same thing with the Tower of Babel. Y'all can see the picture, right? Now remember, what was the Tower of Babel? The Tower of Babel was what? Look at Genesis.
They was trying to make a tower to reach to the heavens.
God. Yeah, but let's let the scripture bring it out, King. Scripture's gonna bring it out. Let's get Genesis chapter 11 and verse 1.
This is Genesis chapter 11 and 1. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech.
Right? So everybody was of one language and of one speech. Right? So this is all the people that came together. And when they came together, jump to verse 4 now.
Verse 4. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach into heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
Right. So let's come together. Let's build a tower. Let's build a city. Right. That can reach up to the heavens. Right. And let's make a name. Let's have our own God. And this is what the times with Nimrod. Right. Nimrod wanted everybody to come together and worship him. Right. Read verse 5 now.
Verse 5. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded.
Right. Now from there, read verse 8.
Verse 8. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city.
Right. So the Lord scattered all the nations. Right. Each nation had their own people, land, their own customs, heritage, language. So the Lord stopped them from building the Tower of Babel. He destroyed it. But now let's get Malachi chapter 1.
Through 8. Okay.
Let's get Malachi chapter 1 and let's get verse 4.
Okay. My bad. I was writing that down. Malachi 1 and 8.
1 and 4.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are improvised, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus
hold it right there. So Edom is saying we are impoverished, right? Like they're hungry, they're starving, they're poor, right? But then he said we will return and build the desolate places. That tying into them coming back in the next generations, in the next lifetimes, right? Especially like in these last days. Same as the Most High stopped the Tower of Babel, the same spirits come back again these times to build it back again. But they build multiple now, right? So they have returned and built these desolate places again. Build back up the Tower of Babel, which are these European buildings, United Nations buildings. Khan? So now, what is happening? The heathens are gathering. So from there, let's get Psalm chapter 82, Slakia, chapter 83 and verse 3 now.
Psalms, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 83.
In verse 3.
Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Right. They want to cut us off from coming together as a nation. Right? The Negro Hispanics and Native and Seminole Indians. Read on.
From being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Right. So why are the heathens mad? Because their plan was to destroy us from the connection that we had with the Most High as the children of Israel and our identity. They never wanted us to remember who we were, our identity. Read on.
For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
All right, read on.
The tabernacles of Edom.
Right, and that's Esau, the white man, the house of Esau. And who's number 2?
Ishmaelites.
And Ishmaelites. Right? The Palestinians, as you would call them. The Arabics, Saudi Arabians. Right? So they are number 2. So number 1 is Esau, and number 2 is Ishmael. So number 1 is Esau. Esau, the police officer in Chicago, he said he couldn't do nothing about the Ishmaelites trying to attack our brothers. Why? Because they're all in it together. right? They wanted to look for a way to destroy us. So now, from there, jump to verse, let me see, so I was like 3. Go to the one with Amalek. We'll deal with Moab and them. Go to verse 7 now.
7, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek.
And Amalek, hold it right there. So Amalek, the fake Jewish man, right? So Amalek, fake Jewish man, Edom, the white man, Ishmael, the so-called Arabics. Khan? They're all coming together, right? So now, let's go to this. Let's get some good history about Ishmael. Let's start with Abraham first. Let's get Genesis chapter 12 and 1. This is what God said to Abraham. Let's get Genesis chapter 12 and verse 1.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 12. Now the Lord had said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thine kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will shew thee.
So the Lord told Abraham, leave your house, leave your country, right? I'm going to have you move to a different location in a place, right? So Abraham had to move. It's for a blessing. The Most High is going to bless him.
God.
And sometimes, you know, when you get so used to staying in your location, the place that you grew up at, you get comfortable. You get stagnant. So sometimes you got to move to a different place in an unfamiliar location. You got to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. Sometimes you got to get uncomfortable to get a blessing. You know, you got to move to new places so you could be able to grow and not be stagnant. So that's what the Lord did with Abram. Mind you, I didn't say Abraham, Abram.
Right? Yeah.
He was called Abram first. Right? We all know him today as the great father Abraham. But before that, he was called Abram. Same as with all of us. You know, the names we was called in the world, right? We cast that away. Now we're called new names in the truth. Right? We had to change. We had to increase. We had to get blessed. But there's somebody snoring. I'm like, hold on. Read on.
Verse 2, and I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing.
All right. Keep reading all the way to verse 4.
And I will 5. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So Abram departed as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran.
Hold it right there. Abram was 75 years old, right? So the man had to wait to the age of 75 to when the Lord told him, I'm going to bless you. I'm going to make you a father of many nations. Right? Patience. He had to be patient. Read on.
And Abram took Sarah, his wife, and Lot, his brother's son, and all their servants that they had gathered, and the souls they had gotten in Haran. And they went forth to go into the land of Canaan, and into the land of Canaan they came. Yahweh elder up, bro.
No, I got it. Don't worry, I got it. Okay. All right. So from verse 1 to 5, the Lord is promising Abram. He's not called Abraham yet. He's promising him blessings. Make him a father of many nations. Whoever bless him shall be blessed. Whoever curse him shall be cursed. Now, all of this ties back into who? Israel.
Okay.
Right? All of these blessings come from Abraham to Isaac and Jacob. It all fell onto who? Jacob, who had the 12 sons. Right? It was like a family heirloom passed on down from generation to generation. Khan? So what's happening today in modern terms, Everyone that blessed us, the children of Israel, will get blessed. Right? Everyone that cursed us will get cursed. We're a blessing unto the whole earth, unto the nations. Right? The Lord used Nebuchadnezzar. The Lord used Nebuchadnezzar to put Israel in captivity, and Nebuchadnezzar used Daniel to help build his kingdom. All right? And Meshach, Abednego, and Cedric. So wherever the Israelites are, whoever has us in captivity, we're the currency. They're literally just blessed just because of how much stuff we can do for them. That's why these nations don't ever want to let us go. So back to Abraham or Abram. God promised him this when he was 75 years old. Right? Remember that. Keep that in mind. All right? Now, let's get Genesis chapter 15 and verse 1 now.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 15 and 1. After these things, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am thy shield and thy exceeding great reward.
All right, read on.
And Abram said, Lord, Yahweh, what wilt thou give me, seeing I go childless? And the steward of my house is this Eliezer of Damascus.
All right, keep going.
And Abram said, Behold, to me thou hast given no seed, and lo, one born in my house is mine heir.
Right. So Abram is frustrated. He's confused. Because remember, in Genesis chapter 12, God says he's going to bless Abram, right? Fruitful, multiply, make him a father of many nations, all different sorts. But Abram is still waiting. He don't see this yet. And remember, Sarah is barren. She can't have kids right now. Right? So let it be us. Most of our people today, they were like, man, God ain't going to give us promise what he was talking about. He's taking too long for the answers, for the reward that he promised us. Right? People are just going to give up. But Abram still was patient. He still had faith. Right? Even though it was frustrating, he get frustrated from time to time, he still had faith. Khan?
Khan.
Read on.
And behold, the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, This shall not be thine heir, but he that shall come forth out of thine own bowels shall be thine heir.
Right. So Abram wanted a child so bad that he was about to adopt somebody else's child. He say this. Right? That's like us too, man. In these times, sometimes you want something so bad, but you don't understand. God is trying to stop you from getting that because it's going to destroy you. Right? Who knows us better than Yahweh H.O.I? Right? He know exactly what we need for that situation, for that that walk of life that we're in right now, the position that we're in right now in life. Right? He know exactly what we need. Not what we want, but we need to get to what we want. It all takes time. So Abram damn near tried to rush the process, and God said, listen, that's not the seed that I promised unto you. Khan?
Yeah.
Right? When he comes, it's going to be authentic. It's going to be natural. Right? It's going to be perfect. You will be least expected. Read on.
And he brought him forth abroad and said, Look now towards heaven and tell the stars if thou be able to number them. And he said unto him, So shall thy seed be.
Right. So this is a man that didn't have no child. And the Lord said, look at the skies. Look at all these stars. Like the saying goes, what is it? Shoot for the stars, right?
God.
Or shoot for the moon, or shoot for the sun and you reach the stars or something.
Say shoot for the stars.
Yeah, shoot for the stars. So he said, look at all these stars. That's how many seed you're going to have to where you can't even count them. Now, what's the key point in this? Read the next verse.
Verse 6, and he believed in the Lord.
And he did what?
He believed in the Lord.
Right. You got to have faith to do that. even if you can't see it physically, you don't think it's going to happen. You still got to have faith because Yahweh Shem Shai said it. God?
God.
All right. So now from there, let's get Genesis chapter 16 and verse 1.
This is Genesis chapter 16 and verse 12.
Verse 1.
Oh, God. Salaki. This is Genesis chapter 16. Now Sarah, Abram's wife, bare him no children, and she had an handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar.
Right. So Sarah still couldn't have children, but she had a handmaid, which was like a slave woman or a servant, whose name was Sarah. And mind you, Sarah is what? An Egyptian. Right?
Nah, you mean Hagar.
Slakia. Duwada. Hagar is an Egyptian. God?
God
forbid. If Sarah was an Egyptian, we would have finished.
You put us in the wrong book then.
Right. We would have been finished. They would have said we in Egyptology. Read on. God, the water king for the correction. They would have put that on wax.
Verse 2, and Sarah said unto Abram, behold, now the Lord hath restrained me from bearing. I pray thee.
Now, hold on. It said the Lord have restrained her from bearing.
God.
You had no choice. The Most High is the one that allowed you to have children. Read on.
I pray thee, go into my maid, and may be that I may obtain children by her. And Abram hearkened to the voice of Sarah.
Right. It's like a surrogate mother. Right. Read on.
God, and Sarah, Abram's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian, after Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan.
So remember, keep in mind, Abram was in the land of Canaan for 10 years. Right? Time is passing by. Right? From him being 75 years old and the Lord promising him that he's going to make him a father of many nations. Read on.
God, and gave her to her husband, Abram, to be his wife.
Keep reading verse 12.
And he went in unto Hagar, and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes.
So what happened? All right. So what happened now? So remember, God, hold on. Remember, Sarah is the master or mistress to Hagar, which is the servant. Right? Now, Sarah couldn't have a child, so she allowed Hagar to have a child with Abraham so that she can bring forth a child for her husband, Abraham, right? But that child also still belongs to who? Sarah. God?
God.
So now, what happens? Hagar forgot her place, her status. Her and Sarah are not equal. One is a Hebrew and one is an Egyptian. So when Hagar found out she was pregnant, which Sarah couldn't give to Abraham, what started to happen? Hagar started to get proud, and now she started to think that she's going to replace Sarah. God?
Oh, that's a cut. That's a cut with that the lineage go through through the woman shit.
Mm-hmm.
You can use that as a cut, this story, 1 through 5.
God. Right? So now Sarah is being hated on by Hagar. Hagar thinking that she's going to take Sarah's place because now she's able to have a child. So read on.
And Sarah said unto Abram, my wrong be upon thee. I have given my maid unto thy bosom. And when she saw that she had conceived, I was despised in her eyes. The Lord is judged between me and thee.
You see, the Lord judged between me and thee. Now let me show y'all something. Let's get Exodus. Hold verse 5. Let's get Exodus chapter 21. Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.
Let's get 21. And let's go to verse 4.
This is the book of Exodus 21 and 4. If his master have given him a wife, and she gave born him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her masters.
Hold on, read that again.
If his master have given him a wife, and she have born him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her masters, and he shall go out by himself.
So what is this speaking about? This is a law between a master and a servant, right? So the master here, or the mistress, was Sarah. The servant here was Hagar, correct?
Okay.
So now, whatever child comes out of Hagar, that belongs to who?
Sarah.
That belongs to Sarah, right? This is the law right here, right? Yeah, that's the law right there. So now, let's go back to Genesis. And let's go to verse 16 again. I mean, Slaki, let's go to chapter 16, and let's go back to verse number 5.
Well, I read 5. We at verse 6. You want me to read 5 again?
Read 5 again. Yeah, we're going to read 5 again.
Okay. This is Genesis 16 and 5. And Sarah said unto Abram, my wrong be upon thee. I have given my maid into thy bosom. And when she saw that she had conceived, I was despised in her eyes. The Lord is judge between me and thee.
So now, you know what this also could tie in with? Is when the Lord ain't dealing with us because of our wickedness, so the Lord will use another nation to oppress us, right? Now, does that mean that the Lord still gave up on us or forgot about us, that we're not the Lord's children? No. We still belong to the Lord. But what happened with the other nation, they get proud because they think that the Lord is using them, that they belong to the Lord now, that they're the Lord's chosen people. Right? Hagar got put in a better position because she can have a child now. Sarah couldn't have a child yet. That also symbolized and ties in with Israel. We're in a lowest state right now, and the nations are rising up. The nations are eating. They're having a good time. They're in their heaven now. Right? So now they're mocking us. They're looking down on us. Khan? Read on.
Verse 6, but Abram said unto Sarah, behold, thy maid is in thy hand. Do to her as it pleases thee. And when Sarah dealt hardly with her, she fled from her face.
So if you notice, what did Abram say? He didn't say, I'm on Hagar's side. Right? Abram sided with who? Sarah. He was checking Hagar and letting her know, stay in your place. So he told Sarah, go ahead, do what you want to her. If you want to beat her, to humble her, to make sure she stays in order, you can do that. She's yours. And remember, this is a righteous couple. Chosen by the Lord. The Lord gave them promises and blessings and a covenant. So there's laws on how to deal with the heathens as your servants, as your slaves. If they get out of line, you can whoop their behind and get them back in line. Everything we did unto them in righteousness, that's what Ishmael did unto us in wickedness. They try to get payback. And that tied in also with the sub-Saharan slave trade. All right. Let's get one. Let's go back to Exodus chapter 21. Let me show you. Let's get Exodus 21 and go to verse number 20.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 21 and verse 20. And if a man smite his servant or his maid, with a rod, and he die under his hand, he shall be surely punished.
So you see, there's laws on how you treat your slaves, right? You still got to use them. They still got to work for you. You're not supposed to kill them. Right? You see, you still got to treat them. You're not supposed to kill them, but you can beat them. But what he said, if a man smite his servant or his maid, you see, servant as a male and maid as the woman, with a rod, and he die under his hands, he shall surely be punished. So you're not supposed to kill them. They still got to work for you, but you can punish them. God?
So that's one of the reasons why the Edomites gonna have to pay dealing with us.
They're gonna have to pay. Because everything God set up, there's laws for it. Read verse 21.
Notwithstanding, if he continue a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his money.
He is his what?
Money.
You see?
Mucho ducats.
Mucho dinero. As they would say. Right?
God.
With the heathens, mucho trabajo, which is a lot of work we got to give them, and poquito dinero. We're not supposed to pay them a lot. So what are they doing? They're doing the same thing against us. So notwithstanding, if he continue a day or two, that means what? If you keep whooping their behinds, right, you ain't going to get punished. Because what? They don't want to listen. So you got to keep trying to break them. You got to keep beating them down until they actually submit, because you're the master and they're the servant. God? Now from there, let's get Sirach chapter 33.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus.
Slack it. Let's get 33 and let's get verse.
Recording in progress.
Verse 24.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 33 and 24.
And Salakia, everybody have it say con. I just want to make sure everybody is able to take notes. Everybody have it say con. I think one brother said. Somebody said they can't hear the sound on the Zoom. Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. If the rest of y'all can hear me, you're able to unmute, say con. Or just text it on the chat, say con. All right. All right, let's get Sirach chapter 33 and 24, King.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 33 and verse 24. Farther, a hand and burdens are for the ass, and bread, correction, and work for a servant.
And what?
And bread, correction, and work for a servant.
You see, for the servant, you're supposed to correct them. And the work is for the servant. Right? So they're supposed to work for you. Con? Read on.
If thou set thy servant to labor, thou shalt find rest. But if thou let him go idle, he shall seek liberty.
See, if you let your servant get idle, they shall seek liberty. They're going to try to break free. So you got to keep them busy. This is the laws that Esau is using against us. Read on.
A yoke and a collar do bow the neck. So are tortoises and torments for an evil servant.
See, so are tortures and torments for an evil servant.
Tortures.
So torments, that's punishment. Con, you got it, King. That means punishment for the servant. They don't want to listen. They want to go against you. They want to get proud and puffed up. They want to despise you. You can punish them to humble them. Con? Read on.
Verse 27, send him to labor, that he be not idle, for idleness teacheth much evil.
All right, read on.
Set him to work as is fit for him. If he be not obedient, put no more heavy fetters.
No, it says set him to work as if it's fit for him, the work that the person is able to handle. If they're not obedient, what it says, put more heavy feathers on them. That means what? Try to break them. Right? They don't want to listen. They don't want to be obedient. Whoop their behind. All right? This is in the Bible. Read on.
But be not excessive towards any.
But don't overdo it. See? It says don't overdo it. All right? But in the first Maccabees, the Lord spoke about the heathens. He said they have what? They have overdone everything. They have gone all out. They have furthered the affliction. Right? They did too much against us. Read on.
And without discretion, do nothing. Without discretion, do nothing. If thou hast a servant, let him be unto thee as thyself, because thou hast.
Right? That's what it says. Be as thyself. Make sure you take care of them. Read on.
Because thou hast bought him with a price.
Now, you see why it said in Exodus chapter 21? How it says you're bought with a price, with money? Right? Same thing happened to Hagar. She was bought with a price. So now she's a servant to Abraham and Sarah. Okay? So now, let's go back to Genesis chapter 16. And let's go to verse number 6 again. Let's go to verse 6 again. I'm going to tell you why. Let's get it.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 16 and 6. But Abram said unto Sarah, Behold, thy maid is in thy hand. Do to her as it pleaseth thee. And when Sarah dealt hardly with her, she fled from her face.
Right? So the key thing in this, it says, Behold, thy maid is in thy hand. Do to her as pleaseth thee, whatever you want to do to her, right? As long as in righteousness. And Sarah dealt with her hardly. So now she flees. She's running, right? Read on.
And the angel of the Lord found her by a fountain of water in the wilderness, by the fountain in the way to Shur.
Right? So the angel found her in the wilderness, right? All of this is very important, especially location, right? So you found Hagar in the wilderness. This is location. All right, read on.
And he said, Hagar, Sarah's maid, whence cometh thou? And whither wilt thou go? And she said, I flee from the face of my mistress Sarah.
So Hagar told the angel that I'm running from Sarah. Now look what the angel told Hagar. Read on, all right.
And the angel of the Lord said unto her, Return to thy mistress and submit thyself under her hands.
Hold on, brother. What did the angel say?
Take your ass home.
Right. And do what?
And give yourself back to your mistress.
Come, submit. The angel didn't say, oh, run, she treat you too harshly and, you got to get your rights to free Palestine, free Hagar. No. He said, submit. That means what? Listen, obey. God.
God.
All right. Read on.
And the angel of the Lord said unto her, I will multiply thy seed exceedingly, that it shall not be numbered for multitude.
So now the angel's giving her a message, and this is all from the Most High, right? It says Hagar's seed is going to be multiplied exceedingly, right, and be blessed, right? Now remember, didn't the Lord say the same thing to Abraham?
Don't
multiply thy seed, right? When the Lord says he's going to multiply man's seed, it's through what? Through a woman. God. And has the seed, the woman bodies as a vessel, right? It's like the ground, like the earth, right? Read on.
And the angel of the Lord said unto her, Behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shalt call his name Ishmael, because the Lord hath heard thy affliction.
Now, verse 11, this is the angel telling Hagar what is going to be the name of her son. All right? The angel already telling her she's going to have a son. Right? And he's basically prophesying. He's already telling her what's going to happen in the future. It's already written by the Lord. It's already set up. And it says the name of the son will be called Ishmael. What does Ishmael means? Because the Lord heard his affliction, or thy affliction, right? Who was she being afflicted by? Sarah, right? Now, remember, Sarah had her hands on Hagar, right? And dealt with her how she wanted, right? Child that Hagar had, the first child that she had, everything is meaningful. The Lord named the child based on what happened to Hagar. Now read verse 12.
And he will be a wild man.
Now hold that right there. Right? Why would he be a wild man? Because where did Hagar run to? The first location was what?
The wilderness.
The wilderness. Khan?
Khan.
This is all directed by the Lord. Read on.
And he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him. He shall do.
Now hold on right there. Pay attention to this. Why did the Lord say his hand will be against every man, and every man's hand will be against him?
They're going to be fighting everybody.
Right. But what happened before this?
He said he was going to be a wild man.
Right. What happened to Hagar herself? Read verse 6.
But Abram said unto Sarah, behold, thy maid is in thy hand. Do to her as it pleaseth thee. And Sarah dealt with her hardly. Oh, and she fled from her face.
You see what happened?
She dealt with her hardly.
Right. Not just with her hardly, her hand. She was whooping her ass. She was smacking her up.
They say whatever happened to the mama, the baby feel it.
The baby feel it, the same exact thing. So now Ishmael is what? He's a wild man. The mother went to the wilderness, first location. And now prophecy of Ishmael, his hand will be against every man's hand. And every man's hand will be against him. Why? Because as a wild man, what is he going to do? He's going to attack everybody. Khan? Because what? Because same thing with his mother. She was trying to fight back to get away from what? Being a servant of Israel. That's basically what it was.
Basically, yeah.
So now, in modern day term, what is happening? Ishmael hand is against everybody. How? With something called Islam, a religion that they did what? They had the sword on their hand, and they also had the Quran. They say you're either going to submit unto the ways of the Quran, or we're going to kill you. Right? So when I say this, everything is like, there's a deeper understanding or meaning behind everything that's happening. Right? So now from there, jump to verse 16.
Verse 16. And Abram was 86 years old when Hagar bare Ishmael to Abram.
So now, remember, Abraham went from being 75 to now he's 86 years old. That's 86 years old. Con?
Good.
So that's 11 years later. That's when he got Ishmael. Right? Now from there, let's get Genesis chapter 17 and verse 1 now.
Let me write this down. 16. Okay, Genesis chapter 17.
And verse 1.
And verse 1. And when Abram was 90 years old and 9, the Lord appeared to Abram and said unto him, I am the Almighty God. Walk before me and be thou perfect.
So now remember, the Lord promised Abram, I'm not going to call him Abraham yet. He's going to be called Abraham, not yet. But the Lord promised Abram in Genesis chapter 12 that he's going to make him a father of many nations, fruitful and multiplying the blessing, right? And he was 75 years old when he promised him that. Con?
God.
The Lord gave Abram his first son, which was Ishmael, at the age of what? 86 years old. Right? So he had to wait 11 years later. And that still wasn't the promise yet. Right?
God.
Now, Abram is how old? 99 years old.
99.
So now he had to wait what? 14 years later. Right? He was still keeping the commandments, still faithful, still diligent, still doing his part. So now he's 99 years old, and the Lord came back to him again to remind him of the covenant that he promised him when he was 75 years old. God? Read on.
And I will make my covenant between me and thee, and will multiply thee exceedingly.
All right, keep reading.
And Abraham fell on his face, and Yahweh talked with him, saying, As for me, behold, my covenant is with thee, and thou shalt be a father of many nations. Neither shall thy name any more be called Abram, but thy name shall be Abraham, for a father of many nations have I made thee.
God. So now he's changing his name. He's giving that upgrade. He's giving him that blessing. And it also ties in with us. Being in the world, you know, you could be born in the world for 25 years in darkness. And then you turn 26. Then the Most High wake you up to the truth. Right? Be in the world for 35 years old. You know, you turn 36 and the Most High wake you up to the truth. Right? Or 50, 60. Any amount of age.
That's what happened to me.
God. Right? So now, brother name might go from being called David. No, not David, you know, Ahmad or something. So now he's called Ahrayah. Right? My brother called from Darius to now he's called Gabar. Right? Or Darnell to now he's called Nadeem. You know? Different names. Like, you see what I'm saying? And it could take years, 30 years, 40 years. What that promise would have, he didn't forget that promise. You just had to be patient. And he had to test you. He had to see if you was going to still move in wisdom, still keep the laws, still be consistent before he give you that reward. Read on.
And I will make thee exceeding fruitful, and I will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee. And I will establish my covenant between me and thee, and thy seed after thee in their generations for the everlasting covenant.
It said an everlasting covenant. That means eternal, eternity. All right, read on.
To be a God unto thee, and to thy seed after thee.
Now, from there, jump to verse number 15. So Abram got blessed, and the Lord turned from Abram to Abraham, right? Gave him the circumcision law and everything. Jump to verse 15 now.
And Yahweh said unto Abraham, As for Sarah thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarah, but Sarah shall her name be.
Right? So she got blessed too. She got upgraded too. Right? Same as the husband, same as the wife. They went through the struggle together and they get blessed together. Right? Those that pray together stay together. Okay? So the husband and wife, they both got blessed. Right? Read on.
And I bless her, and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of people shall be of her. Then Abraham fell upon his face, and laughed, and said in his heart, Shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarah, that is 90 years old, bear?
Right. So Abraham, like, this is crazy. Like, you know why he laughed? Because he thought God forgot about him. That's why. He's been staying faithful, praying and everything. And he thought the Lord forgot about him. The Lord didn't forget. The Lord was just waiting for the perfect time. That goes with all of us. Okay? Right? God has everything set up. Man try to plan and then it gets destroyed. Why? Because God has everything already set up for you. It's predestinated. You know? You try one route and the Lord said, listen, I already got this all set up for you. I ain't going to tell you everything. I'll give you little snippets, little crumbs, breadcrumbs, just to have you follow the trail. But if you just know everything all in one go, what's the fun in that? You'll never be surprised. Okay? Yeah. So Abraham, 100 years, Sarah, 99 years. 90 years, Salaki, 90 years. He was like 10 years older than her. Right? Read verse 18 now.
And Abraham said unto Yahweh, oh, that Ishmael might live before thee.
You see? But he still had consideration for Ishmael. Right? Now remember, didn't the Lord already tell Hagar that he was going to bless Ishmael? Right. Abraham still had consideration for Ishmael. Read on.
And Yahweh said, Sarah, thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed.
So hold on now. You see how the Lord just said Sarah? Like he be like, man, Ishmael. He went right back to Sarah. He didn't start verse 19 with, all right, Ishmael gonna be. No, he said, listen, let's deal with the priorities first. Let's go back to Sarah first, right? And then the rest of the dogs will get theirs after. Right?
We done dealt with Ishmael already.
God.
And Yahweh said, Sarah, thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him.
You see? So when the Lord says he's going to bless his children, generation after generation, he was telling that to Abraham because the passing of the blessings will come into Isaac. He was waiting for them to be two so he could show the choosing of who he wanted, who he was going to deal with, and who he wasn't going to deal with. Same thing with Esau and Jacob. The Lord had two, right? One is a balance. One is good and one is evil. God?
Didn't he kind of do that ever since the beginning with Cain and Abel?
Yeah, it's the same thing. The same exact thing. All right, read on.
And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee.
Oh, hold on, Ak. Let me give you a quick cut. Give Romans 9:6 ASAP. No, Romans 9:7 ASAP.
Romans 9:7
ASAP.
And it reads, neither because thou art the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
You see how cold the Lord is?
Yeah.
The Lord said, be a father of many nations, all the nations and everything. But he said, neither are they the seed of Abraham, even though they're the seed of Abraham, are they all children of Abraham. That means that the Lord ain't dealing with everybody. Like in 2 Ezra chapter 6 and 54. Right? We all come from Adam, but there's a chosen that also tied in with Abraham. Abraham is like Adam, right? Father of many nations, but the chosen seed for that is who? Isaac. So it says, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. That's why Abraham had to wait for Isaac, right? He got Ishmael when he was 86, right? And he had to wait an extra 14 years to get Isaac. Con? Read on. Read verse 8.
That is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of Yahweh, but the children.
Hold on. That's why these heathen nations are mad as hell today. They are the children of the flesh. Moab, Ammon, Ishmael, Ham, Amalek, Esau. God is not with them. He don't deal with them. That's not his children. That's why they mad.
And
it says, these are not the children of God. They know this. You know?
But the children of the promise are counted for the seed.
And the children of the promise are who? Read verse 4 now.
Who are the Israelites? To whom pertains the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of Yahweh and the promises.
And all these nations know that. That's why they're mad. Because they know the Most High is only dealing with us. We're his children. He's dealing with us whether we like it or not. It's like a father with his child. The adoption, we lost our way, and now we come back to God, repentant, right? We're following the heathen customs and lifestyle. And the glory, we're at a lowest state right now, but the Most High will exalt us in these times. And the covenant, like he promised Abraham in Genesis chapter 16 and 17, the covenant belongs to who? Abraham passed on to who? Isaac and then Jacob. And the giving of the laws of God, he gave it unto Israel. And the service of God, the prophets, which Ishmael is pissed off because they try to trick and fit Muhammad in the prophecies as Christ or bigger than Christ. And he's the Mahdi and all of this stuff. Right? They try crafty counsel, but it still don't work. And the promises, which is the kingdom of heaven, and that the heathens will be our slaves. They do not like it. Khan?
Khan.
So now, go back to Genesis.
17?
Chapter 17. So the Lord already made a promise about Isaac, covenant forever. Now go back to verse 20.
This is the book of Genesis 17 and 20. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he begot, and I will make him a great nation.
And the Lord's going to make Ishmael a great nation. That's what he did, right? All because Abraham asked the Lord for that. But before Abraham even asked, the Most High already blessed Hagar. He already told her that's what's going to happen. God?
God.
He already has it written. It's predestinated. It's already set up. So now from there, jump to verse number 24.
Verse 24, and Abraham was 90 years old and 9 when he was circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin.
Right? So that's the circumcision, right? That's part of the covenant for Israel. But guess what also, read on?
And Ishmael, his son, was 13 years old when he was circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin.
So you see, he also circumcised Ishmael too. But does that mean that the covenant belongs to Ishmael?
No.
No. All right. So now let's get Genesis chapter 21 and verse 1 now. Now this is where it gets crazy. So remember, Genesis 21 and verse 1. So Abraham didn't have Isaac yet. Sarah didn't have Isaac yet, right? Now read Genesis 21 and verse 1.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 21. And the Lord visited Sarah as he had said. And the Lord did unto Sarah as he had spoken.
So the Lord sent the angel to tell Sarah what was going to happen the year before it happened, right? And told her what exactly the name of the child is going to be and everything. Read on.
For Sarah conceived and bare Abraham a son in his old age, at the set time of which Yahweh had spoken to him. And Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, whom Sarah bare to him, Isaac.
right? The name of his son is called Isaac. So now, remember, Ishmael was 13 years old and Abraham circumcised him, right?
Okay.
But Isaac is just being born now, right? So what is this? What is the symbology in this? The symbology is when Abraham had the child with Hagar, that symbolized like Abraham in the world, right? That's like us in the world, right? We make mistakes and here and there, this and that. We move in the flesh. But now, when Abraham have a child with Sarah, to have Isaac, that symbolized us in the truth, where the Lord gave us a second chance to do things right. God?
God.
So the Most High gave Abraham the laws on circumcision. Now, what was he supposed to do? He's supposed to circumcise the child on the 8th day, right? That was part of the laws. So now the Most High is giving him a chance to do things right, correctly. So Isaac is born, and what day did he circumcise him? Read verse 4.
Verse 4, and Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, being 8 days old, as Yahweh had commanded him.
You see, on the 8th day, he circumcised his son Isaac. That's like us in the truth. You know, we have Israelite families, they have newborn children now, newborn Israelites. And on the 8th day, if it was a male, they're circumcising them on the 8th day. They're following the law to the T now. God?
God.
You know?
And Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born unto him. And Sarah said, Yahweh have made me to laugh, so that all that hear will laugh with me.
Mm-hmm. You know?
And she said, who would have said unto Abraham that Sarah should have given children suck? For I have borne him a son in his old age. And the child grew and was weaned. And Abraham made a great feast, same day that Isaac was weaned. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, which she had born unto Abraham mocking.
Right? So now, Ishmael is mocking Isaac. God?
God.
Same as the heathens. They mock us to this day. We don't?
Wherefore she said unto Abraham, cast out this bondwoman and her son, for the son of this bondwoman shall not be heir with my son, even with Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Keep
and
reading.
the thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight because of his son.
So now what's going on? This is a war between the flesh and the spirit. That's what's happening. Right? So Ishmael and the heathens represents the flesh. Isaac and Sarah represents the spirit. Right? So one will become the other. So certain blessings the Most High is not going to give you until you get rid of some of the curses around you, or some of the people that's holding you back. Some of the things of the world, some of the sins you got to let go. God?
God.
So what happened? The Lord put the spirit on Sarah to tell Abraham to get rid of Hagar and Ishmael. Right? Two cannot abode. Righteousness and wickedness cannot abode in the same place. So he had to go. But for Abraham, it was hard because he was used to Ishmael. That's his son too. But in the eyes of God, that's not of the spirit. Right? The same as with us. We had to let certain things go in the world to fully come into the truth. God? And these nations know that. They want us to cleave onto them. They want to hold on to us. They want us to follow in their lifestyles and their ways. They want to drag us down with them. But the Lord said, cut them away, cut them off. Can two walk together unless they be agreed? Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. Right? How can righteousness and unrighteousness abode? Right? So what the Lord will do, he'll set up situations to separate them, cut them off. God?
God.
And Ishmael mocked Isaac And I think Ishmael probably thought that the Lord didn't see that. But it was already set up. Read on.
We was at verse 12, right?
Come.
And God and Yahweh said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight because of the lad and because of thy bondwoman. And all that Sarah hath said unto thee, hearken unto her voice, for in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
See? In Isaac shall thy seed be called. Once again, he got to keep reiterating it. Right? He's speaking to us in these times. Israel. Right? We're the chosen. He got to keep reiterating to remind us we're the chosen. And sometimes our people forget. Right? We are loved and blessed by God. Read on.
And also of the son of the bondwoman will I make a nation, because he is thy seed.
And remember, the Lord promised Abraham in Genesis chapter 12. Right? Every seed that you have, it'll be a multitude, multiply, they'll be blessed. Right? Read on.
And Abraham rose up early in the morning and took bread and a bottle of water and gave it unto Hagar, put it in on her shoulder and the child, and sent her away. And she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba.
Right. So what happened? He didn't just cast her away. Right. He said, all right, go, leave you with some stuff, token of bread and all of this stuff, so you're able to handle yourself. Right. So he still looked out for her.
God.
He still looked out for her. Now from there, here we go. Read verse number 18.
Arise, lift up the lad, and hold him in thine hand, for I will make him a great nation.
Right? So this is the Lord speaking to Hagar. Lift up Ishmael and make him a great nation. And with the nations in these times, they get lifted up, now they get proud. Right? They get proud as hell. But now the Lord is starting to bring them down. Read on.
Kind of act like they done did something.
Right, they done did something. Most High is the one that raised them up.
Yeah.
Right? But how do you know the Most High is the one that raised them up? Quick precept. Let's get Romans chapter 9.
So these two whole chapters basically go together.
Right.
Romans 9 and Genesis 21.
They all tie together. So now, let's get Romans chapter 9 and verse 17. Verse 16. Verse 16. It's like verse 16. 16 and 17.
This is Romans 9, 16, 17. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Yahweh that showeth mercy.
But of who?
Yahweh that showeth mercy.
Right. So the Lord showed mercy to who? Ishmael. But Ishmael forgot. God? The Lord showed mercy to Ishmael, and these Ishmaelites, they proud as hell. They forgot. The Lord didn't have to bless them. But now they all stuck up and proud. Now they want to attack his children in these times. Read on.
So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Yahweh that showeth mercy.
The Lord showeth mercy. Read on.
For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might shew my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Same as the Lord raised up Pharaoh, same as he raised up Ishmael. To use him as an example for when he destroyed him. Same as with Esau, same as with Amalek. All right, go back to Genesis chapter 17. Let me show you one more thing with Ishmael. So the mother get proud and everything. So now let's get.
You say 17 or 21?
Slakia, 21. 21 Savage. 21.
I'm writing everything down, so.
God.
We're going back to 19.
No. Yeah, read 19 and 20.
And
19 and 21. Then we'll be done with that.
And Yahweh opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water. And she went and filled the bottle with water and gave the lad drink. And Yahweh was with the lad, and he grew and dwelt in the wilderness and became an archer.
Hold on. Ishmael became a what?
An archer.
Do you know what's the modern day archers?
I thought it was no, I don't.
The modern day archers are the people with the guns and the missiles. You see how this correlates?
And that's what them Palestinians and them Arabs known for, guns. That's exactly what they known for, guns and stuff.
You see what I'm saying?
So that's why Esau had the same spirit that he had. He was a hunter.
Exactly. Who came first? Esau. Ishmael.
Esau and Ishmael.
No, in this story right now, Ishmael. The last two was Israel and Jacob and Esau. But we already know, even deep within that, Esau came first all the way from Cain. We already know that. But I'm talking about within this story timeline. Ishmael came first, right? And then, remember, Ishmael, Isaac, they're brothers. Isaac's son is Jacob, right? Jacob and Esau are brothers, right? So Esau is the nephew to Ishmael in a way. So it all going to tie in also with the sub-Saharan slave trade, right? But remember, it says Ishmael was what? An archer, right? And that's what these Palestinians with the guns and everything. That's part of their blessing too. That's why they like a wild man. They shoot bombs, go crazy, and all of that stuff. Right?
You know, that's giving me a new understanding about, you know, how them cartoons used to be when they have like an angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder. It got me thinking about like how H.O.I and Satan, like a lot of people consider them brothers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So watch this. I'm gonna show you on the screen. See, this speaking about Saudi Arabia. Nuclear weapons. See? Nuclear weapons. Let me show you. Top nations with nuclear missiles. Let's see. All right, here we go. Nations with nuclear missiles: Russia, United States, China, France, United Kingdom, Pakistan, India, Israel, North Korea. All right, let's see. And they got so many articles, nuclear weapons, who has what at a glance. Iran has over 3,000 ballistic missiles, the largest arsenal in the Middle East. All right, so this all tying in with the nations, tying in with Ishmael. God?
God.
So now, let me stop this. So with Ishmael, and how do you know it's tying in also to Ishmael? Let's go to Galatians chapter 4. So Ishmael became an archer. So they do the same thing again today, where they hunt, archers, shoots, war, nonstop. Right? Now, Let's get Galatians chapter 4. And let's go to verse number 22. This is a parable. Verse number 22.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 4, and verse 22. For it is written that Abraham had two sons, the one by the bondmaid, the other by a free woman.
Mm-hmm.
But he who was of the bondwoman was born after the flesh, but he of the free woman was by promise.
Right. So the bondwoman was born after the flesh. Right. And the free woman was of the promise. Read on.
Oh, this is good. Which things are an allegory? For these are the two covenants. The one from the Mount Sinai, which gendereth bondage, which is Hagar.
Right. The one from Mount Sinai is Hagar, which gendereth to bondage. That means a slave, like what happened with Sarah and Hagar. Right. Hagar was Sarah's slave. Right. Read on.
God. For this Hagar is Mount Sinai and Arabia.
And what?
And Arabia.
You see? That's speaking about what? Saudi Arabia. God. Now this heathens, these Ishmaelites, read on.
And answereth to Jerusalem, which now is, and is in bondage with her children.
So what is the Bible saying? The Lord is basically saying Ishmael's answers to who? To Israel.
Ishmael, yeah. Basically.
They answer to Israel. Same as the symbology with Hagar answering to who? Sarah. Khan?
Khan.
It's the same exact thing. So Ishmael can be a wild man to the rest of the heathen nations and everything. But guess who's going to be the one to put them in check? It's going to be Israel. It's going to be us, the Hebrew Israelites. Because the same spiritual, like predestinated, same spiritual link. That's why they were raging against us. All right? Because they're furious. They're mad. Let's see. Now that was kind of. Let's get Galatians chapter 1 now in verse 6. Let's lock it. Let's get Amos 1 and 6. Amos 1 and 6. We got supposed to be done before 11 o'clock. We got 4 more precepts, and then we'll close out. Let me get Amos 1 and 6.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 1 and verse 6. Thus says the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Gaza, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they carried away captive the whole captivity to deliver them up to Edom.
Right. So now, if you look at it from a story aspect, Gaza ties into Ishmael and Edom ties into Esau. Right? Now remember, God gave the covenant to Isaac, not Ishmael. And then he also gave the covenant to Jacob, not Esau. God?
God.
So what's happening? Ishmael is teaming up with Esau because they're mad that the Most High God wasn't dealing with any of them.
God.
You see what I'm saying?
God.
So and now, go ahead, King.
I was just finna say, I was just putting something together. And then Esau, he mad, trying to blame it on Jacob. But he ain't realizing that this was already promised before he was even born.
Before he was even born, King.
God.
So that's why we're saying, don't get mad at us.
God.
God already, we can't even change it. God already has it set up. Do not get mad at us.
It's predestined.
It's predestined. God. Right? So They put us in captivity and sold us to the hands of who? Esau. Read the next verse.
Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Gaza and 4. Oh, I read that one, my bad. But I will send a fire on the wall of Gaza, which shall devour the palaces thereof.
So, hold on. How is the Lord sending a fire to Gaza? Who is he using to do it? Amalek.
Amalek.
Right. Now, does God love Amalek? No. But he's still going to use them. Right?
God.
To punish the Ishmaelites. And then God is going to punish Amalek after as well, too. So, if y'all look at this footage, let me show y'all this real quick. Yeah, this could have been like a Thursday class, but it's going to make it short for Tuesday. So look at this. So what happened here?
Ya Allah! Ya Allah! Ya Allah! ليش يا مصلح؟ ليش يا مصلح؟ هاي ورقة حط عندي على هذا حط هنا مجزر هذه خش لجوا.
So this is the Lord using Amalek to bomb them down. This is the Lord using Amalek. This is the Lord using Amalek to bomb them to smithereens. And now they're going back and forth.
This news is funded by viewers like you. Please support our...
Go.
AI and robotics have modernized factories, but a strong cybersecurity strategy is paramount.
Non-stop. This is all Bible prophecy. This is what the Lord said was going to happen to them. Right? For selling the children of Israel into the hands of the white man. Let's get Joel chapter 3 now.
This news is funded by viewers like you.
Let's get Joel chapter 3. And let's see. Yeah, Joel chapter 3 and go straight to verse 4.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 4. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine?
Now hold it right there. Hagar was an Egyptian, right? Egyptian ties into what? Ham, right? So you have Tyre and Zidon that tie into what? Ham, right? Now, and it says all the coast of Palestine. Palestine ties into what? Ishmael, right? So what is happening? Tyre and Zidon symbolize the Egyptians, which is Hagar, and the Palestinians symbolize who? Ishmael. Same mother and son couple again.
Wow, you're right.
Right?
So the Lord working mysterious ways.
God, the same spirit's back again. All these nations coming together. And it's not a coincidence. So they're trying to get their get back. Right? Read on. That's why I started with Genesis, to give you the backstory with Abraham to Sarah, and then Hagar, and then Ishmael being born, and then Ishmael getting mad at Isaac, same as Hagar was mad at Sarah.
Right? But when you look at this from a spiritual point, just like you pointed out the nations, and then you pointed out the spirits. Through these nations. See, once you look at them spirits, man, the spiritual point of view, it gives you a whole nother outlook and a clear understanding of what's really going on.
That's why I started by saying, don't look at the surface, look deeper within the spiritual aspect of what's happening. Right? Read on.
At all costs of Palestine, will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Right, read on.
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my godly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians.
See, they came together, the Hamites and the Arabics, the Ishmaelites came together, like where Hagar and also Ishmael come together to sell who? Isaac. Or to sell who? Jacob. And they sold us in the hand of who? Esau. God? To kick us out of our land and to get payback. They're mad because God didn't choose them for the covenant. That's what's going on. Right?
That's crucial.
They're mad because God did not choose them for the covenant. So now what happens? They try to come against us, try to attack us, try to destroy us. Right? Try to get some sneaky hits in. Now from there, let me see. Get Exodus chapter 11 and verse 7.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 11 and 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Right. So the Lord shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that the Lord put a difference between the children of Israel and the Egyptians. Now, get Psalms 22 and 16. And let me show y'all this picture. This
is the book of Psalms, chapter 22. Child moving kind of slow. I'm writing all this stuff down.
No, it's cool.
16. For dogs have compassed me, the assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my front.
Now hold it right there. Do y'all see the screen? Right. So this is us in the UK. We did a unity camp. The same thing they did to WFI in Chicago is the same thing they try to do. They basically did to us. And this is in United Kingdom. We're in London. If y'all can see the screen, we're being surrounded by them, right? And you see the officers with the all yellow vests. Let me know if y'all can see it. Shalom, you there?
I'm here.
All right, come on. So if you see, this is Ishmael, Palestinians, and this is live in UK. The video went viral and everything. But pertaining to the picture, they're surrounding us. And we didn't call for these officers. We were just teaching the word, and then they start to get mad and roused up and all of this stuff. Then they try to attack us, right? So it says the dogs have compassed us, surrounded us. Why do the heathens rage? They're mad because what? The truth is coming out. God? So now, let me show you. Get Joel chapter 2 and 11. Let me show you this video. Hold on. I think, what was it? All right, here we go. This is the video right here. Look.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 7. And that's why they got a problem with Russia, because Vladimir Putin is showing the Russian icon. And all the people, the Russian icons, are black.
Right? So we going against the whole crowd.
Yeah. You shall know the truth, and the truth is going to make you free. The kings of Israel are black. The kings of England were black. The kings of Scotland were black. King James is black.
Hey, you can see the look in her face. She did not want to be there.
Cause, hey, look, that black dude right there in front of the screen, though, he looked like he tried to listen on the slide, though.
Yeah, nah, he was. And look, right behind him is who?
Moab.
Moab. So what did the Lord do?
He looked mad as hell, too. Moab looked mad as shit.
Yeah, what did the Lord do? The Lord used the heathens to protect us.
Footstools. Footstools.
Footstools. And it was all different nationality of heathens.
God.
You see?
Including us heathens. All right.
God. You see? They could not do nothing. If it's the will of the Lord, they cannot stop it. The Lord controls everything. He controls both sides. They was mad. You could see the look on there. They was mad as hell. Like, how the hell we get here? Why the hell we got to protect this nigga? It was cursing me out and everything. All the brothers, it was cursing out. Right? So now, let me show y'all this. Get Joel chapter 2, verse 11. And let me show you this one. Hold that real quick. So look, the crowd is small. Right?
Hold on. Listen. Hold on. Hey, hold on. I'm asking you a question. What's his name? Right. So he asked for a top of war. He asked him confident for the top of war.
Go from that to now. It's getting bigger.
Bring it up. Who are Israelites? Wait, so who are Israelites?
So now they getting mad because they was asking us about the Palestinians. I said, we're not on your side, we on God's side. And they try to force us to choose their side.
Right. Don't touch our property.
Right? You try to attack our property.
Don't touch our property. Right? This is how the government's going to deal with them. Hey, yo. Don't touch our property. Bring it up.
It looked like you finna swing on him then.
Yeah, King. We wasn't expecting him because we was going there for Guy Fawkes Day, as the man that tried to assassinate King James and blow up his castle. So none of us was expecting this, right? But the Lord used this for something else, right? So watch this. Let me show you something. They're talking about ceasefire and all of this stuff, and so much crazy stuff. But let me show you another one.
Get you. Wait, hold on. He did what? He separated the sons of Adam. No, make this all come together, bro. They separated. I'm
looking for
As long as the fake Jewish man is there, I can't talk as loud as I can. I need a... The book of Psalms, chapter 2 and verse 1.
So now they getting mad, right? We were supposed to do a 2-hour camp. We was there for 4 hours.
Brethren, as Isaac, are the children of promise. You know what? Right now, Israel's great because all things as an oracle of God. The Bible says, speak all things as an oracle of God. We must use the words of God. We cannot use our opinion. If I have my own opinion, it'll be something different. So, yeah.
So it's crazy. The background looked like we're in D.C. And the place is also called Trafalgar Square. So it's like a mix of D.C. and Times Square. All right.
God.
Yeah, it's wild, man. I'm trying.
The building's big like New York.
Yeah. No, not as big as New York. Not as big like New York.
Maybe like y'all in Chicago.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Ishmael tried to antagonize and all of this stuff. And we wasn't falling for it, man. They was getting mad as hell, boy. Right? So now
we're here to teach the words of God. We're here to teach the words of God. Bring it up. Come and let us cut them off from being a nation. So they said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, you know?
All right, so now from there. Damn, one more. I don't think I can find it right now. What was the other one? So now they put it from there. They put it in an article, right? Damn, they're trying to call us like a terrorist or something. I don't know what the hell. But I have to find it. Oh yeah, I know where it's at. So they try to make us a terrorist. Let me get Joel chapter 2, verse 11, Ak.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2 and 11. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong.
Read on.
That executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it?
Right. So now, they put the article, all in UK, far-right group are main risk of disorder at pro-Palestine march, right? They blaming us. Brothers joking around, talking about you are international terrorist now. Right? For just teaching words of God.
Yeah, the Lord, the day of the Lord is great, but very terrible.
But very terrible, right?
That's a heck of a sentence right there, boy.
Con. And they calling us all of this, all things under the sun, for just teaching the truth, the word of God. Which is crazy. Right? Because they're mad because God did not choose them. And that's why I named this lesson, Destined what? Uproar.
Uproar.
The nations is mad, getting pissed off, waking up. But guess what? Israel's mad and pissed off and waking up. The nations are gathering. And guess what? Israel's gathering to who we are. Con? And they cannot stop it. Right? They cannot stop this. Let me find this.
And as a collective, we outnumber all of them.
Con. But that's what happens.
Go ahead. You breaking up out. You in the Matrix.
All right, here we go.
Okay, I'm not on my parents' health insurance anymore. I work for myself doing a bit of...
All right. was complete chaos that day. So the video went up to 661,000 views. Right? It just shot up quick. Right? So let me get, is Joel chapter 2, verse 11. Now, with these happening, what is also going on? Let me get this right here. And we closing it out with Joel 2 and 11. We closing out with Joel 2 and 11. Where was it? So while this happened, the same exact, was it? No, yeah. I think, was it the same day? Yeah, the same day that happened. What was also happening in Chicago? Because if Ishmael think he can attack our brothers, and we just gonna let that be, right? And not gather as a people, as a nation, right? What'll start to happen? Let me find this video. This joint was fire. I'm mad at it. It was all the Lord, man. So look at this video. Boy. So they have the biggest pull-up.
Yeah, just get in the deuces.
In Chicago ever. You know, for the brothers of W5 for watching. You know, watch their back and show support. Right? The biggest pull-up. All right. Look at this. Mighty pull-up.
You know they rolled by and checked them out.
Huh?
I said, you know them Palestinians rolled by and checked them out.
Oh yeah, they ain't showing up. They seen they're like, hell no, we ain't showing up. Hell no.
Yeah.
Not today.
Yeah, I want to fight. Yeah, come now.
Everybody was ready that day, boy. All right, so look.
Sword in his head. Say the heathens in the land. War breeze on the rise. Now I hear the saints cry. For the Lord I will die. Call on Yahushua. Call on Yahushua. Time is coming, time is coming. Time is coming, time is coming. Call on Yahushua. Call on Yahushua. The end is come, the end is come. The end is come, the end is come. The King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. The King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. Call on Yahushua. Call on Yahushua. Red eyes, woolly head. Red eyes, woolly head. Yahweh is a man of war. Yahweh is a man of war. For the Lord I will die. For the Lord.
So the brothers pulled the arms, man.
Call on Yahushua.
All right. There was a Chief Ephraim called it, brothers together called the arms. All right, to do that pull up. Let me show you something.
But a pull up is real.
That's literally, I think that's like one of the few pull-ups I ever missed, man. Oh boy. I was on that plane, man, damn near crying. About to tell the pilot, turn this bad boy back. Turn this back, goddamn. I do not want to miss these pull-ups, man. You know? Let me see. Look at this.
Companions. Sailor. Every American or military, anytime they go to a land, they rape, rob, and murder it, man. They bring forth destruction.
And the line was deep as hell. From damn near one side of the block to the other. It was crazy, man.
I wish I could have made it, man.
Huh?
I said, I wish I could have made it, man. Because, see, I think about more than that. Like, I'm looking at the video, like, all them brothers know each other. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I'm part of that. I want to be there so I can know everybody. Like,
yeah. They had one, I think in Atlanta too, H.O.I. Atlanta, with the Palestinian march through there too. You know, they coming against all Israel. No matter what camp. They even attacked the brothers from ISUPK in the UK. Let me see.
Man. So imagine us bringing you in the chariots. Well, y'all gonna be good, making everything abominations, man. Right. You're gonna try to bring homosexuality. Right. You're gonna try to bring bestiality. That's our job as a nation of.
We had a damn school shooter, top roof. They ain't never seen nothing like that before. And the brothers was telling me when they was marching out with the chants, you could hear a damn rat piss or a cat piss. It was everybody in the street would just stop and they was amazed, like, what the heck is this? And they're like, these same niggas in the corners, we calling them drug dealers, killers, murderers, crazy and everything. And now they're unifying like this and in order and instruction.
They coming to ride. They was riding with the Hebrew Israelites.
What the heck is that? Huh?
I said they was riding with the Hebrew Israelites out.
What you saying?
You said the drug.
No, they stopped. They stopped their part. No, not the drug. No, I'm saying the heathens looking at us as killers, murderers, drug dealers, crazy, all of this type of thing under the sun. But now they seeing us in uniformity and order.
Sure.
You know? And they fear stuff like this when we come together as a nation and stand up. You know, they think it's going to be another scene like Alabama. That's why they scared of this. Right? The nation of Israel coming back together. So that's the
Israel, as the same manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So this is Isaac's wife, Rebecca.
So there's everybody after this. Hold on.
Holding it down.
See? Like coming together, fellowship after. You know, it's beautiful, man. See?
Nation. That's what the Lord said to do, man.
All various camps under one building. You know, fellowshipping, eating, drinking, having a good time after a good spiritual battle. You know, it's ready to go to war for their brothers. Khan? All right. I'm almost done.
I'm gonna fuck this food up. They need to peel that motherfucking wrapping back. Ain't nobody on the cover until you
I'll just say everybody. I did not know. I wasn't able to invoke my food testing license that day.
Oh, you was gone.
Yeah, I was in UK. It was beautiful in UK, man. H.O.I. UK. Lord bless me with a rib, family, everything, man. So, and the work as well. Can't complain. All right. Come on, man. You don't get hype after that, man.
I wish I was there.
Huh?
I wish I was there.
Come on, man. You know? So the Lord said he's going to raise up that army, you know, all throughout. Israel waking up all throughout, man. You know, let's come together, building, getting strong in the spirit. By the grace of God, how about Shema Mashiach Yahushua? Right? Joel 2:11 and Close it out, Exodus 17 and 15, because we ain't forget about this sniveling, sneaky Ratatouille.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 11. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his armies, for his camp is very great. For he is strong that executed his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible. Who can abide it?
Yeah, get Exodus 17 and 15. Close it out with Amalek. All right. And let me show y'all what was it? I'm trying to remember who made the video. So it was Ephraim made a video. Where's it at? This one. And this one right here. Everybody had their flags that day. Yeah, Northern Kingdom flag. You had the Israel flag. And then where's this one? Oh, here we go. This was the one.
Shalom. All praise and honor, glory to the Most High. I'm gonna let a few people get online real quick. I got a urgent and the camps to line up. I'm calling Chicago. That park, whatever that park is called. Somebody put it in the chat. Somebody put that park in the chat. We finna pull up H.O.I. Chicago, H.O.I. Georgia. We finna pull up. The pull-up boys is pulling up. And if you pull up to this, you an honorary pull-up boy. No matter.
So that's the video he put out for that pull-up. There's a back there one as well, too. I'm trying to see what's that one. You know, when you see stuff like this, man, you gotta, it does something to your spirit, you know? It does something to your spirit, man. Especially for your nation. It does something to your spirit. Khan?
Khan. Big Khan.
Trying to find it. Where that video at? Oh, this the one.
The young men in Chicago should be doing. Instead of out there shooting each other or going on TikTok or Instagram and calling for a flash mob and 1,000 young Chicago teenagers run downtown and act like damn fools. That flash mob should have said, yo, the Israelites are in trouble. Let's go help them.
Now, ISUPK. Yeah, ISUPK that got attacked by Amalek. And they ran the car through the school. All right. Let's see. Versus.
They ran the car through the school?
Yeah, through the front of the school, yep.
What?
Yeah.
What's his name? Tazariot was there?
Nah, this is UK. I don't know if I can find the video, but it's in UK. So, like I said,
we handcraft every story.
Israel being attacked in all angles, all corners. But we got to stay fast, steadfast. So the last video to close it out, hold that Exodus out. Let me get this real quick. Last video. All right, here we go.
Hi, shalom, shalom.
Look at this.
Hi, shalom, shalom from Israel. This is Ola, the daughter of Jethro. And I just heard that you black people that was stolen from Africa to America, that you don't know who you are. But you are the children of Yahweh, the children of Israel. And I'm telling you, you have to come back to your homeland, here to Zion, to Jerusalem. Because us, the Gentiles, we do need you. We need you to come and pray because you are our saviors. You're the one that was chosen by Yahweh to live in this land, not the Jewish people, it's you. You were stolen from Africa. They deceived you. They told you that you are slaves, but you actually the children of Israel. And it's time just to come back. Come for your people, come back for us, come back for the whole Gentiles, because only you gonna save us. So please come back to Zion. Hi, shalom, shalom.
You heard what she
God,
said?
I seen that about a year ago.
Yeah.
That's a big con right there.
Con. So we come back to Israel, and we're going to finish the job of who's in Israel. Exodus 17 and 15. Exodus 17 and 15.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 17 and verse 15. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nisi. Jehovah Nisi.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he said, because the Lord have sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
From what?
Ooh, from generation to generation.
God.
Wow. And I got that verse bookmarked, but that's crazy. Listen,
everybody wants us to come back to who we are so the earth can be at peace again. So Lord is waking up all Israel, all Israelites. You know? We got to stay strong in the truth, stay strong in the spirit, continue to increase. God. Continue to increase and move in righteousness. You know, scripture said, just man falleth 7 times and get back up. But with a just man, don't get too used to, if you commit sins, whatever, don't get used to that. Don't let your sins weigh you down, but repent, you know, and teach the gospel. Repent, confess, move in a humble spirit. Humble your spirit down. Humble yourself down. God? The Lord said, man, the Lord can't use you if you're not being in sincerity, truth, and honesty. You know, so that's for everybody. Humble your spirit down. Stay humble in the spirit. You know, don't get proud, puffed up. Don't let pride destroy your walk in the truth. You know, and if you messed up, you know, confess. You messed up here and there, this and that. That's for everybody. None of us is perfect. We're still trying to push forward. You know, so there's always solutions for things like this. So, so how we deal with people is very important. How we deal with each other is very important. All right. We got family. We all we got. Strive for the truth until death, and the Lord gonna fight for you. Yeah, I'm not just saying it, goddamn it, because them Israelites try to kill us that day. Yeah. You gonna kill these bastards. Cursing out the queen, cursing out Muhammad, cursing out our Allah. Yeah, we're gonna kill these bastards. You know, like the Lord is with us, who can be against us. So is it right there? Don't just say it, mean it. It's Iraq 428. God? God. On the back of the garment, strive for the truth until death, and the Lord will fight for you. So roar like a lion, like Mike Allen say, roar for your God, y'all. Whoa. Come yourself.
Come rush y'all.
That's the end of the lesson for Tuesday. Praise y'all about Shemel Shah. Hopefully, brothers and sisters are edified. Just a quick Tuesday lesson, and we'll be back Thursday. If y'all will stop with the drop top, never stop. Head chopping, non-bopping. Word of God, non-stop. Kwame Shala.
Kwame Shala.
Oh.
Kwame
Shala. All praises. Any statement questions before we close out? Yeah.
I need you to send me the Lord prayer.
I got you, Ken. Any questions, statements before we close out?
Yeah, you can send me the Lord's Prayer too.
All right, Khan.
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 You know what I'm talking about, right? In the paleo. You know what I'm talking about, right? In the paleo.
Yeah, in the paleo. I got you, Ken.
Got
you. Give me some rest. Early morning. All right. So
and tomorrow too, if you can.
Mm-hmm. Quick announcements. Let me share the screen again. We have those that are in Houston or that are coming to Houston. We have Elder Taraz, the wedding. Supposed to be coming up November 19th. Elder Taraz wedding. Trying to see, where's that flyer? Flyer. Wait. Here we go. We have Elder Taraz wedding that's coming November 19th on a Sunday. Elder say you're gonna have camp Friday and Saturday. That's 18th, 17th and 18th, Friday and Saturday. And Sunday will be the wedding. That's in Houston, Texas, man. Right. Houston, we got a problem. Houston, Texas. And also, for those that don't know, just to put y'all on the loop, the H.O.I Detroit skate party, first annual skate party that we're having. Right? It's going to be Saturday, November 25th. As they were saying in Spanish, 25. Saturday, November 25th, skate party. All the information is there. I'll be posted on my Facebook, so I can check it out again. So once again, Elder Taraz's wedding will be in Houston this Saturday. It's lucky. Friday and Saturday is camp, and then Sunday will be the wedding. Don?
Don.
Hold on. Shalom, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, so we'll close out with the Lord's Prayer. Let's face the east, and let's close it out with the Lord's Prayer. So once again, quick notification, Elder Taraz's wedding, which will be on November 19th. 17 and 18 we'll be having camp in Houston. Anyone that's planning to join us, definitely hit me up on the Facebook. Or you got the Instagram, Judah King 9. Facebook is Ahrayah Malaki Hawada. And November 25th, which will be in Detroit, Motor City, baby.
That's where I'm at.
As he would say, Detroit, you might see BMF pull up on y'all. You gotta be careful though, man. All right, so let's close it out with the Lord's Prayer. God?
God.
All right, God. All praise Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim HaKadosh, Babakashah, Dabalate Shemayatha, Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Quadash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwafka, Thabaa, Ratazaka, Haya, Esha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Natananawa, Lacham, Kayuam, Wasalachnawa, Chabawafnawa, Kasalachnawa, Chabawafinawa, Wala'a, Tabiainawa, Benasayawan, Abal, Hawashainawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwaf, Waha'alal, Wahataparaf, Lai Walamyam, Amen. All praise Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. We come to Yahweh, Shem Yahushua to heal those that are sick. to guide those that are weak in these times, to strengthen those with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, also to help us as well financially, all aspects. We actually, how about Shemi Shah to continue to gather us in these last days, spirit of brotherhood and sisterhood and fellowshipping, and also for the nation of Israel to come back to be mighty and strong for you, and also to praise your name in these last days. We also actually, how about Shemi Shah to bring judgment and wrath and righteous vengeance on the heathens for all the things they have done unto your children, Yahweh Shemi Shai, and also to speed up the time for the elect's sake, and also Yahweh Shemi Shai to make us ready and prepared for the coming of Yahweh Shai. And to have the unity within the camps, within the brotherhood and the sisterhood, Yahweh Shemi Shai, so we can come through all solutions, whatever trials and tribulations we go through, so the Most High, you can make it clear for us to answer our prayers, so we become a better and mighty nation and representation for you on the earth, Yahweh Shemi Shai, to help those in our times of need, and to give us the strength and the motivation and the passion as well too, and the zeal to overcome all trials and tribulation, Yahweh Shemi Shai, so we can rep for you throughout these last days. And for us to live to see the fall of our enemies, and also to strengthen our children in these times, to be that next generation example. The water Tawab Iwalam. Amen.
Amen.
So all praises. Most High bless you, brothers and sisters. Be back again for the we got Wisdom Wednesday and also the Thursday class. So Yahweh will be teaching this Thursday. And Lord willing, we'll see y'all again. And let's keep pushing, keep staying consistent. And let's keep pushing forward, man. Let's endure and let's stay humble. To Yahweh Shemi Shai. We all we got, family. Con.
B.I.B.
B.I.B. B.I.B. Be right back. Back in blood. Take this damn place back in blood. Shema Shakel.
Shalom, family.
Call me so.
Yes.
Shalom, things again.
See you.